Okay, so I'm not sure how much light we're gonna have left. It's getting dark, so I'll try to get done with this beer tour. But I just wanted to. A couple people ask, how is Albanian beer? The culture here. A lot of people love to drink beer in Albania. So, with that said, there must be a lot of good breweries here. So I've tried a few different Albanian beers since I've been here. And that's what I'm going to do this about, specifically beers that are just made here in Albania. So I'm going to start off with two very popular ones, the Korchas. I couldn't find Korcha in a bottle. Normally I drink a bottle of the blonde, and then the Korcha dark. I might be pronouncing these wrong, and I'm going to be doing probably a review on like 6 or 7 different beers, and just let it be known that I'm not drinking all these at once. I don't drink too often. I like to go out and have a beer or two on my days off, but now I have 6 or I think 7 different beers. There's going to be 2 honorable mentions at the end that are one of my favorites here in Albania. So stick around to the end to find out what those are. So yeah, I will end up not drinking. I'm not going to drink all these beers. There's like 7 different ones, and it's already getting dark, and it's my last day off. I have to work tomorrow, so I am not here getting drunk for this video. Just a sampling of how these taste. So first is the blonde, the Korcha blonde. I have been in Albania for 7 months now. I really like this beer. I like the blonde so much better than the dark, although the dark isn't bad. But this one, I'll just give it a taste so I can. And the way I would describe the blonde Korcha is more just like a kind of like a Pilsner in a way. It's a little bit more sweet. It's 4.1% alcohol, and it's your typical type of Pilsner beer is what it tastes like to me. Nothing extraordinary, not horrible. It's a good tasting beer. If you go out, it's definitely one worth a try. Now, the Korcha Dark, I've only had this once on, I think, the second day I came into Albania. I tried this on my birthday, actually. I asked the waiter on my second day in Albania, I was like, I want a traditional beer. What do you have? What do you recommend? And he recommended this. So this was almost 7 months ago. So I will try it. I'm interested in how it tastes because I totally forgot. I do know I like this one a little bit lighter. So this one, it's darker, but it's 4.5 instead of 4.1. So usually dark beers are a lot more potent, I guess, if you will, than the light ones. So let's give this a try. Okay. So the first time I tried Korcha, the dark, it was a draft out of tap, and I think all beer tastes different out of tap, out of bottles, than they do out of bottles. This is interesting beer. It's definitely a dark beer. It kind of reminds me of if you've ever had a Newcastle. It's like a nut brown. There's kind of like a flavor of nut in it. Once again, I don't know anything about beer. I don't know anything about making beer. I know nothing. I know how to drink it, and that is about it. But to give you just a little bit of, I don't know, a tidbit of what it might taste like. It's kind of like a nut brownish type of dark beer. Very comparable, like I said, to maybe like a Newcastle that's made in the UK, I'm guessing, or somewhere up there. Newcastle's an import that we get from the United States that I like. But yeah, that's what this tastes like. It definitely has that thicker malt type of dark beer taste. It's good. All right, let's get the other ones. They're in the refrigerator. I want to keep them cold because it is hot out here. Okay, the next one, the next two actually, I'll just grab two at a time here. This is one of the most popular beers here in Albania. I see a lot of people drink it. It's not the most popular in Albania, but it's definitely a popular beer. Never tried it before. It's called Tirana. It's brewed in Tirana, and for those of you that don't know, Tirana is the capital of Albania. It is a Pilsner. The alcohol content is 4%. 4% alcohol. So let's try this Tirana beer. Alright. It tastes like a Pilsner. It is a Pilsner. There's nothing special about this. It seems like the beer here is a little bit more sweeter than what I'm used to. And this one is no exception. It's not as sweet as the Korcha blonde, but it's got a different sweetness and a different aftertaste. I'm not a huge fan of this beer. It's not horrible. I just don't know if I could just put it this way. If I was 21 years old or much younger, I was in the United States and just looking to get bombed off beer, I don't know if I could drink these all night. So take that for what it's worth. The next one is, I actually never seen this one before. The only reason I even have this is because when I went into the store, I asked one of the workers there what some beers brewed in Albania, and I thought I knew most of them, but I've never heard of this one. So it's, man, I'm horrible at their language. Kukulashi. We'll go with that, Kukulashi. And I'm guessing that it's made from the same people that make Tirana, because they both say Birra Tirana, and this one says Birra Tirana, so I'm guessing they're from the same company. It's also a Pilsner. It's a malt beer. It's also 4% alcohol. So this is new to me, just like the Tirana beer, so let's try this one. Oh, that's interesting. For a Pilsner, I mean, it's good for a Pilsner, but it's got a lot of flavor for a Pilsner. It's almost like the Korcha Dark. It's just got kind of a darker flavor to it. Maybe that's because it's a malt beer. I'm not sure if they're all malts. Like I said, I'm not... It's almost got the exact same ingredients in as the Tirana, but it's not as sweet. It's more of a darker beer. Yeah, I actually kind of like this one. I could drink a couple of these. It's good. The Kukulashi. The Kukulashi. I recommend it. So, alright. It's 4 down. A couple more to go. Stick with me till the end. You'll see my honorable mentions. Alright. Now I got a table full of beer here. Set this one over here for the time being. Set this one over here for the time being. Okay, so we'll go with this one first. I just kind of opened it on mistake. I actually like it because it's got like a pull tab to it. You don't see those too often. Once again, this is a beer that I've never seen before, and sorry for the pause in the video. It's just getting really dark out here, so I had to go get my light and turn it up, so I got light on me now. I got that taken care of. This beer's starting to hit me, and I only had sips out of 4 of them, so that goes to show you I don't drink too often here. So this one's called Kaon, or Kaon. Kaon. It's a lager. Kind of looks like a blonde beer. The first lager out of the bunch. It is 4.4% alcohol, so it's a little bit more potent. It's kind of on pace with the Korcha Dark. So let's see how this tastes. Not bad. This has good flavor to it. Not much of an aftertaste, but yeah, I mean, it's got a good flavor. Once again, it's a little bit sweet. Tastes like a lager. Looks like a lager. It's good. I don't mind it. That brings us to the next one, and you will, if you visit Albania, you will see these all over the place. Probably one of the most popular beers in Albania. And I do want to mention that if there's anything that I forgot to buy that's popular here, please leave it in the comments below, because once again, I'm not much of a beer connoisseur. I find one that I like, and that's kind of what I stick with. So normally I go with the Korcha Blonde where I go, and one that I'm going to mention a little bit later. But if there's something that I forgot to mention and you like it here that's made in Albania, please leave it in the comments below. So like I mentioned, this one is one of the most popular beers I see people drinking. That's Elbar. Elbar, you'll see people drinking this at 10 in the morning until 12 o'clock at night. I've personally never tried it, so let's see what it tastes like. Elbar. Bira Elbar. It's good. Kind of like a watery beer. It reminds me of something like a Busch Light in the United States. It's 4.1% alcohol. And it just got that little bit of a taste to it, but it kind of tastes like it's very watered down. I'm sorry for all you hardcore Elbar drinkers here. It's probably one of those drinks that you could just, drink all day and just not get completely just obliviated on. 4.1%. Yeah, it's got a good taste. It's a good beer. It's just, if I think if you were coming here and you're a real beer connoisseur, you love the taste of it, kind of like one of those, wine people like to swish it out and spit it out. This is just like a watery beer that you just pound all day. Very comparable to a Busch Light back in the United States. If you don't know what Busch Light is, you're not missing anything. So it's just a watery beer. Okay, so that does it. That does it for my Albanian beers. And so we got the Elbar, we got the Kukulashi, the Kaon, the Tirana, the Korcha Dark, and the Korcha Blonde. And out of the Albanian beers, the Korcha Blonde is definitely, without a doubt, my favorite. You can get these tall boys. They come in like 16-ounce cans in the store. You can get them for like 80 cents. All these beers are pretty much 80 cents at the store. Very cheap. I found that out today when I bought 8 beers. And it only cost me whatever 80 times 6 is. So, but yeah, this one's definitely my favorite. And I got some newbies today that I tried for the first time, but still, this one, the Korcha Blonde, even in draft, it's really good. In fact, that's usually how I drink the Korcha Blonde. This is my go-to beer whenever I'm out drinking. So yeah, I would say second is probably, I was surprised by the Korcha Dark. I don't normally drink dark beers. I don't normally like dark beers, but I was surprised by this. I couldn't drink them all day. The Elbar is going to be in last place for me. Probably followed up by the Tirana. Just, I mean, they're alright beers. It's just not much flavor to them. And then I would go with this being my least favorite, and this one being my second favorite, the Kaon. So that does it with the Albanian beers. Now, I know this is an Albanian beer taste testing, but I just wanted to bring in 2 honorable mentions because for 2 reasons. One, it's my favorite beer since I tried being here and since I've tried here in Europe. And for the other one, it's one that you're going to see all over the place. In fact, I didn't even know it wasn't an Albanian beer until today when I went to the grocery store and she's like, no, this one's not even made in Albania. I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy it anyway and just kind of add it to this taste testing. So because it's not an Albanian beer, I waited till the end to bring it up. It's not necessarily my favorite, but a beer you'll see all the time here, and that is Peja. Peja, very popular beer here, and from what I'm told, and I could be wrong, but the lady in the store told me it is a beer from Kosovo, brewed in Kosovo. Now I'm looking at it now. Importer, I can't read this language. Yes, it's a Kosovo beer. Okay. Wow. No way. It's just 10.5% alcohol? That can't be right. Oh no. 4.2%. Okay, 4.2, 10%. It doesn't, it's not in English. I have no idea what it is. So let's try this Peja. It's all over the place. Peja is a big sponsor here in Albania. You see Peja tents all over the place. And so, funny story behind the Peja is she told me it was a Kosovo beer, and I was like, well, no, I don't want it. I want to only review Albanian beers. And she's like, well, no, it's Kosovo. She insisted I take it. She's like, Kosovo and Albania, almost the same thing, take it. She goes, so, all right. So I took it. Good saleswoman on beer, I suppose. But anyway, so let's try the Peja. Okay, that's a good beer. It has flavor to it. This one doesn't have a lot of English. Oh, it's a Pilsner. Okay. Yeah, for a Pilsner, it's actually a really good tasting beer. It's got flavor to it. It's not watered down. It doesn't taste watered down. Yeah, this is. I'd say it's in my top 3 for sure. Behind the 2 Korchas and maybe right on par right now with the Kaon. So yeah, the Peja is really good. I like it. If you're looking for it, like I said, you're going to see that label all over Albania if you come here. The 2 most popular beers that I see are the Elbars and the Pejas. So I definitely like the Peja more than the Elbar. Has nothing to do with me liking countries better than the other. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. It's just purely the taste of the beer. Okay, and without further ado, some of you are going to get disappointed with this one, but it's definitely my favorite beer since I came to Europe. You can't find this beer anywhere in the United States, and I pretty much drink it wherever, whenever I can either find this or the Korcha Blonde. Both of these are my go-to, and I definitely drank it a lot during Euro 2020 when I went out to the bar because there was a certain team that I was rooting for, and that country is the maker of this beer, and they ended up winning Euro 2020. That is Peroni. Peroni. This is my all-time favorite beer here. Whenever I can find it, I drink it. It's so good. It's made in Rome, I believe. It's an Italian beer. Let's see what other information I can give to you here. I don't even need to open this to give you a taste test, but I will just because the review, it doesn't say on most of the other beers. This is a rather big one. I'm going to end my night. I'll probably drink all of this one. I won't drink these, but I will finish this one. It's a big beer, but this one doesn't say how much alcohol there is in it. I've checked on other ones, and I want to say it is 4.5. 4.5. 4.7. 4.7. So, yeah, I know what it tastes like. I know I like it. But nonetheless, since we're doing a review, I thought I would end it with this. Open it up. I know my Italian subscribers are going to love the fact that I chose this one as my favorite beer here. It has nothing to do with, nothing against the amazing Albanian people. It's just that out of all the beers that I've tried here, Peroni, this is my go-to one. I love it. But, you know, just to keep my Albanian people happy, Korcha is a second place. These two beers are like, they're brothers. I mean, they're both delicious beers in their own right. Best Albanian beer, best Italian beer. Now, I've never been to Italy and I've never done an Italian beer taste testing review before, so I'm sure there's a lot other beers in Italy that might even be better than the Peroni, but this is one of the best beers that I've ever tried. I don't mean just in Europe or just in Albania. I mean ever. In the United States, Mexico, anything. This is a very good beer, and so is the Korcha. So, once again, I'm going to see what I can do with all these beers here. I'm definitely not drinking them all. I'm going to finish these two for sure. And I'll probably end up having this one, but I'll dump the rest of them out. Now, if I knew any of you people in town, I would hand these out to you. So, thanks for coming along with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the reviews. Videos like this isn't something that I'm normally used to doing. I really like the walking and talking type videos showing you different cities, but there were some people on Instagram and some people on some of you subscribers on my YouTube channel that wanted to hear a review from me as far as the food and the beer here. So here's for you. This video was strictly for you guys. I would have never done this if it wasn't for the fact that you messaged me and asked for a review like this. So I'm not an expert by any means. I don't even know how to give reviews. I've never reviewed really anything in my life, but here's a video reviewing some of the baked goods and the food in Albania and some of the most popular beers brewed here in Albania and close by, just across the sea. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your continued support. I love making these videos. I love being here in Albania. I only have a couple weeks left. I'll be leaving September 1st. I actually got all my stuff done. I got my flight, got my visa. Yeah, I'm excited to share. I'm really excited for my next country, and I'm excited to share more video content with you guys going forward in the future. So, once again, thank you so much for all the people that message me and with support, and the people that help keep this channel going and growing. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate all the new coming subscribers as well. So I wish you all well. I hope you have a good night, and it's time for me to kind of pack up because it's getting dark. So goodbye from Flora, Albania, and have a good night. Peace.